Here we
We're
are.
here
Sat in the chair.
in Michigan with two of my good friends, Thor and Flex. I'm not going to give the rundown of what you guys have done because everybody knows who you are. Everyone knows Thor. Everyone knows Flex.
Yeah, there's no need to pump our tires.
That's right. Not as many people know me, so I don't know why I'm sitting in this chair, but...
I want my pump tired. My tired pumped.
You what?
Well, I'll tell you this.
This is going to be a unique podcast. This is a
guy,
fly on
by
the
way,
wall.
hasn't trained for a month. And look at the size
Look at
of
him.
this
Three.
man.
Can we zoom
3
in on
months.
this?
It's crazy.
Flex is like you. There's three men sitting in this circle. One of them is a normal human being, and then there are the two of you.
Yeah.
And so Flex walks in the gym. You tore your tricep. His arm was in a sling for 6 weeks and didn't use it. And then he took the sling off, and his arm looked the exact same as when it went in the sling.
Genetic freak, I call that.
Genetic freak. Genetic
Absolutely.
freak.
Genetic freak.
It makes me feel bad about myself.
When I tore my pack
Yep. That wasn't that long ago, right?
2.5 years ago.
Okay.
2 years ago, and I definitely lost a lot of size, a lot of strength from just not being able to move my arm for such a long time.
course.
So I don't understand this guy. This guy's a freak.
Right. Well, he just tore his bicep, had surgery, and this workout we did today was his first back workout.
Insane.
In how long? 2 months?
3.
3 months.
And it was great.
It's
know-
great.
Good session.
You know that
Felt good?
feeling? Again?
Good session.
Yeah, I mean, for me, just getting in there, it's just blood flow. Same for yourself. Having that breakaway when you tore your pack,
Yeah.
you just crave the gym more, right? When you're in there
100%.
every single day and it's part of your routine, part of your job. Now I'm sitting back on the sidelines like, oh, man. You kind of have them moments where it's like, I kind of took this for granted. And when it's taken away, not by design, then you start like, okay, when I get back in, I'm going to do things a little differently now. And that said, you coming
Be
back...
smart with training, because like obviously like you've accomplished so much in your career, accomplished everything you ever wanted, right? And there's no need to push your body to that extreme anymore. You can still look amazing. Obviously, the guy hasn't trained for 3 months, still looks amazing.
Get out of stage in
So you
in a
don't really
month.
have to put in that much of work to look amazing. That's a gift from God, just that in itself. So yeah, just train smart and stay injury free.
But you know, when you're walking in, you've trained a certain level all your life. Then I feel like that is the standard, and it's not. I'm on to new chapters, and I kind of had to break that mindset, that ego of going in and just knowing what I only know to change and try to change and train a different style. And I think that is a good question for me to ask you. When you tore your pec, and you're sitting on the sidelines, where was it that you thought, okay, man, I'm going to get back into the mix now. I want to get back in on top, and I want to get this deadlift record. Was that something that was in your mind when you tore your pec, or did that come in the months, weeks after?
It came later because like when I tore my pack, I was on to a different journey. I was trying to take the all-time record in powerlifting. I was just coming back. I was just coming out of retirement from strongman after doing boxing for so long. So when I tore my pack, I went into like a massive depression. Didn't train for a few months. Lost a lot of mass. Lost a lot of strength. Got back into training, and it took a long time to get back to, good strength level. I knew I wanted to come back to strongman. I knew I wanted to like aim to get my strength back to its peak, but I had no clue that my deadlift was going to come up so fast. That kind of just came naturally to me and fast. So obviously with that being said, my eyes right away was like, hey, let's try to break some world records.
Yeah. Do you think that was a blessing in disguise, having that break?
In some ways, yeah. I mean, because like when I retired, I wanted to retire. I had enough. Like I had all the eating, all the heavy lifting, always being sore, fatigued, tired. When you're 200 kilograms, walking around is not easy.
I imagine.
So yeah, I definitely, when I retired, I was ready. I wanted a new chapter in my life. I wanted to do something different. But then after that retirement, after doing boxing for so long, I was ready to come back. I missed the sport. I missed the feeling of being strong and being the best in my sport. And that's the main reason why I came back. I mean, you obviously retired from your sport. How's it for you? Do you have that? Do you have like a sense of urge that you want to like do it one last time?
It's a fought urge
Yeah,
because I retired on top, undefeated,
that is a good feeling. Yeah,
and on my terms as well. No injury at the time.
that's good. Yeah,
And the guys who went up from the weight division I was in have all gone on to win the Olympia. So everybody I beat. So there's always that woulda, coulda, shoulda. But I'm at peace with it.
but you left on your terms and you left happy and ready.
I would say I left on my terms and happy, but you mentioned something about kind of feeling a little bit of a depression. That really didn't hit me until about 2 years later. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Because I think my mindset in retirement was, okay, it popped into my head for the first time in my whole career, where it was, again, all the injuries or the niggles and everything else, I just put it off to the side. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to train around this mentality. And there was never a thought of like, this is going to be a career-ending injury for me. I never told anybody. Again, in the aesthetics of bodybuilding, if I said, okay, I've torn my shoulder, if you mention that to the world, then they see it on stage.
Right.
So I had to keep these injuries
To keep it to yourself.
kept to myself, outside of my inner circle.
Yeah.
So then when I retired, I just put myself, like you, into so many different things, new, exciting, new chapters. And then when I was, again, I said I put myself into all these different lanes. And then I come to realize, like, nothing give me what bodybuilding give me. And then that urge of, you should come back, started happening. And I had separated myself so much far away from the pack in terms of looks. I'd already lost about 60 pounds. Then the thought of just getting back to what I looked like before. And also then I just moved on. I had a second kid, I was dad. So then it was a lot of different life changes that had happened. And it's probably like you're kind of just finding your feet on
Right.
what's next, right?
It's just a big part of your life.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Like you obviously left on your terms when you were ready, but at the same time, at some point it's gonna hit you because like during these times when you're winning everything and when you're best, it's the fucking time of your life.
It is.
It's so amazing and it's just a good feeling. And even though you left on your good terms, I think any athlete, any person that when they retire, yes, they might leave on their terms, but there's gonna be a moment where you like look back and think, man, I miss those times.
Yeah. 'Cause I don't think I appreciated them times until them times were
Gone.
over with.
Yeah.
So do you think that was a reason why you wanted to come back? Because you
So-
kind of realized and appreciated that a little bit more, that strongman life?
So the reason why I came back was, yes, I miss strongman, and also I realized that I felt like I had just big potential of coming back and becoming the best again. And to me, it was like either I do it now or never, and I might regret it for the rest of my life. And I didn't want to not come back and being maybe in my 50s thinking about that,
I could have done it.
thinking about that decision, like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so I followed my heart, basically. I spoke to my wife, my coaches and my team about my thoughts, and before I took the decision to come back and discussed with them, like, I told them my desire and what I wanted to do. And I have a very supportive wife.
Yeah.
She was just like, whatever you want to do, I'll support.
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's huge,
Same.
But at the same time, when obviously you know this better than anyone, when you're at your best and you're competing, it's a little bit selfish because like your nutrition has to be on point, your sleep has to be on point, your training has to be on point,
It's completely selfish.
and then you have to sacrifice sometimes vacations or family time or like these things that,
And no one else understands it.
yeah. So like I think my wife now is like getting ready for me to retire.
She's like, okay, you're done what you need to
You're
do.
done. It's been a nice journey, Hafthor, but like it's time to like because like I don't like because like I'm so obsessed with the things I do
Yep.
that I don't need vacation. I feel like my life is vacation. I love what I do. I love training. I love, you know, staying consistent and which is maybe I'm just a sad guy or something, but I just like the things I do, you know. I love my life. I love what I'm doing, you know. So I don't feel like I'm working ever, you know. I feel like I'm just enjoying my life, traveling the world, meeting cool people like you guys and yeah. But just to be clear for the people listening, I do still take vacation with the family because you have to
Every once in a
prioritize
while.
family though. You
Yeah,
have to prioritize family.
yeah.
Family is always number one.
Yep.
So you have to prioritize that as well. And I do always give them my time and effort as well. But it can be very selfish for sure.
Yeah.
Did you feel like that was the same thing in your career? Did you feel like there were moments where you like had to be selfish because of? Did you feel like you had to sacrifice things because of your career? Obviously, like in bodybuilding, diet is even more strict and you know missing a meal or can be a lot harsher on the body than for strongmen or like having you guys can't have often cheat meals because like, you have to like look a certain way like the look is everything. So how is it for you?
Yeah, you mentioned a couple of things. It actually hit home when you were mentioning like regrets and stuff like that. That was everything I was going through my head in that time period. And when I made that decision of retiring, I was like, okay, I'm making this call and I have to live with it now. No matter how you feel after this point, this is going to be it. And then, as I said, 2 years later, I started having that mentality thought of like, man, is this something that I should have done? You know, but I was like, no. I made the decision, and then I looked at just how life had changed for me dramatically, and segue into what you just said with the family, for example. I realized when I was competing, as much as I thought I was balanced, the whole life that I lived, family, wife, everything revolved around me. Every decision revolved around me. I competed, you know, one focus time of the year was with Mr. Olympia, and then I would do a couple of shows after that. But then the rest of the time I'd be traveling around the world, and I'd be gone just as much as I was home. So then when we were expecting our second kid, that's when I really made that decision. It kind of all came together, and I was there for everything. When we had RD, my first and my daughter. She traveled with us around the world. With 2 kids, it's a juggle, as you know, especially when you got a little one, right?
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I just wanted to make sure that I was home. I didn't miss the first of anything, the first word, the first steps, the first. So as much as I could say, like, man, or have these like woulda, shoulda, coulda thoughts, I knew I'd done the right decision.
Did everything in your power to be
I'd
present,
done everything.
to be
And also a thought as well, it's like, how selfish am I to have regrets? I came to this country. I came here with $200 in my pocket. I slept in a sofa. I wanted to be the best in the world. I was able to achieve that and more, create a life, have everything around me, and again, see the world and tick all these boxes. And this was the dream of that, you know, 12, 15-year-old kid looking at the magazines, and all the guys in the magazines are all my friends now, and I do stuff with them. So it's like I'm not only have I lived the dream, and I'm continuing to live the dream now in a new chapter of life.
yeah.
So
amazing.
I want to go, you know, whenever, you know, it's time, and I get put in the ground. I don't want to just say, here lies Flex Lewis, 7-time 212-pound Mr. Olympia. I want to have multiple different things, as have you done. You know, actor, boxer, you know, sexiest man of the year award.
I saw
appreciate
that. I saw
that.
that one. So this is something that I can't speak to, but the two of you can. And I think people that are listening will take a lot of enjoyment in this. Becoming the greatest in the world at something is something 99.9% of the people will never achieve. And it's something that the two of you have achieved. But as soon as you achieve that thing, it comes with expectations. You broke your own world record, and you look in the comments as soon as you break it, 90% of them are, what's next? What about 5:15? What about 5:20? You were the greatest in the world 7 years in a row, and as soon as you won the 7th, are you doing number 8? What about number 8? So this greatness comes with an expectation that I can only imagine is a bit of a burden. And then when you do decide to leave that behind, I just know this through experience, being with great people and my brother Flex and friends like you and people that have achieved at the highest level. When you go to that next thing, you instantly expect to be the greatest in the world at that thing. And everyone else, more than that, expects you to be the greatest in the world. Yeah. And it takes decades to become incredible at that thing. And I've noticed some of my friends, not anyone necessarily in this room, but they put this disproportionate stress on themselves that they instantly have to be the best in the world at that next thing. And it's somewhat unreasonable. Everything takes time to grow into it. So how do you guys deal with the stress of those expectations? Does it even bother you? Does it affect your everyday life? I mean, you and I have these conversations time and time again, so maybe you go first, or Thor, maybe you just broke a world record, and everyone's wanting you to do more instantaneously.
Yeah, like I can tell our experience because I were the best in strongman. I won everything in strongman when I was competing, and when I retired, I was at the top. Going from that, going to boxing, people, because of who I am, I'm a known person. People follow me, people expect me to
be the best in the world,
be good at boxing as well,
or you suck,
or I suck. So people judge you right away.
That's
right away, fast.
Yep.
But you just have to fucking take it. It doesn't bother
use it.
Use it as a weapon. Use it as a fuel. And I did that. I used it as a fuel. I trained my ass off every single day.
I remember seeing you trim down.
I trimmed down. I lost like over 100 pounds.
Wow, it's a human.
That is a human.
Yeah, I think
that is a human.
Close to like 120 pounds.
Did you think at that point that your powerlifting was over?
Yeah, at that time I was never going to go back.
Never go back.
At that time I was just retired. I was retired from that. I was doing boxing, and just trying a new craft at that and doing everything I could to become a better boxer, improved a lot. Yep. In the end, people were they were impressed with my progression. But in the beginning, I got a lot of hate.
Sure. Now, you ever boxed before?
Never boxed before, never fought before. Yep. So my technique was rapid. I was also 200 plus kilograms. Right. Being 200 plus kilograms, I'm slow.
Right.
I'm my technique is shit. Yep. But over the time, I made, because I'm very competitive. Yep. Whatever I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give 100%. Yep. Every day. Yep. And I did that. Yep. And then just slowly but surely, you might have not felt it. You don't feel the progression.
You don't feel it, but everyone else sees it.
It comes slowly but surely. And I proved the people wrong. Obviously, everyone thought that I was gonna lose against my opponent. Because he had some more experience with doing it for longer. But I won my opponent, won my fight, so I proved a lot of people wrong. And
then you went back to prove it again to somebody else.
Yeah, then I went back to strongman, and here I am just enjoying my life, enjoying what I'm doing. I love what I do.
Yeah, the thing that I've experienced after the careers are over, and I'm still in my career, and again, I'm not in the same league as far as achievements at that level, but some friends that I have that have done that, they never seem to be fulfilled again because they're always comparing. No matter how great they are, if they're not the greatest in the world at this thing, they feel like somehow they've failed. And so it's almost like that taste of being the greatest in the world dampers everything else you do unless that other thing rises to that level. And let's be honest, being the greatest in the world is something, first of all, it almost never happens. But it happening twice to the same person in different industries or sports, it's almost never happened. You have very few outliers that it happens. And I'm not saying necessarily that you two gentlemen, although it may happen as well, but do you have any friends that have experienced this kind of, they go to the second iteration of their life and they never are completely fulfilled?
I can say personally, just answer the question you asked on, and then I'll roll into that. I guess when I left the sport, and that's what I've only done for 20 years. I left, as I said, with a mentality of, okay, I am now going to find something else to pour into. But then the mentality of being great comes in the early hours, the late nights, the unseen. It's doing the extra stuff that nobody gets to see. You know, everybody gets to see the front image of the results, but they don't get to see like what you're doing to get there. And it's all in the small little micro changes. To your mention, and they all compound. And when I poured myself into something else, it's very hard to kind of emulate that. So when you're the best at something, and then your mentality is, okay, I'm going to now try to be the best in something else, there's always a comparison. But again, like you mentioned, it's all about reps. You start off somewhere. You've got to be a student of the game, right? You've got to start off somewhere. And you mentioned this, like, when I started off, you know, my technique was shit, you said. Just saying what you said. And then over time, you might not see it, but then everybody else gets to see it. Yeah. And one of the things that I poured into was just public speaking. You know, I grew up with a speech impairment, dyslexia, called stupid in school. And I was like, you know what? This is not a good, this is not a good strength of mine. So I'm not only going to do public speaking, I'm going to start my own podcast. So the only way I'm going to get better at speaking or delivering a conversation or trying to be a little bit more eloquent, I guess, would be from reps and sets. So if I look at the earlier podcasts of mine, it was all over the place. Then you have a structure, you have a form, and you just double down. You put one foot in front of each other, and you just, again, whether you think you're getting good or not, people in the comment section will tell you, and they started enjoying the show. They started tuning in and excited to see what the next guest I was bringing on, which I need to get you on my show as well.
100%. Happy to.
But that, again, I look at my weaknesses as opposed to my strengths, and I want to improve that. And one of the other strengths that I wanted to do is just become a better dad, better husband.
I love that.
It's not what you see on social media. It's what, you know, you're able to control day to day. And me being, I wouldn't say absent, but me being just so super focused on bodybuilding, it was my time then to kind of put a different hat on. And yes, as a competitor, in my nature, in my blood, I want to be the best at something. But why not be the best at being dad?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Right?
I love that, yeah.
And I'm still chasing stuff.
Yeah, I love that. You know, it's inspiring to hear people talk about the fact that they want to be better in every field of life. And I can connect the dots so well with you, you know, because I'm the same way. Like, I'm not perfect, far from being perfect. But I'm always trying to be better in every aspect of life, you know, being a better dad, being a better husband, being, you know, better at public speaking as well. Like, my English is my second language, and when I was younger, in my early 20s, my English wasn't not that good, you know. So public speaking for me as well was a struggle. So I can relate to you. But then putting yourself in hard situations, like for me, for acting was very hard for me because I had no acting experience, but I was willing to put myself in those hard situations because I think you grow the biggest.
The only way. I would agree.
You put yourself in difficult positions where you feel
uncomfortable.
Like
you could be embarrassed and fail, and
yeah. So I feel like we have a lot in common. Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, minus the height and the size, yes.
I told you connect with Flex for sure.
Amazing.
So we're all dads. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Tell me, you know, I'll start. I've got two daughters, Sophia and Isabella, 16 and 18. They are the joy of my life. I have spent a disproportionate amount of time in my life building my empire, my thing that I do. But one of the things I did exceptionally well, even as a young dad, is I made a promise to myself that I was always going to be a present father. And so when people say, what is your greatest achievement? You know, a lot of people say it kind of as just the thing to say. And you know me as a brother and my friend. My proudest accomplishment is my daughters. But what I mean by that is the relationship that I have built with my daughters. And that's something that has taken their entire lives. And a lot of times the friends that are in my inner circle and are really close to me, the trait that I look for in them is that they also are an amazing father. And that's why Flex, who I consider him one of my very best friends and brother, he is an exceptional father. He's got two beautiful children. I'm not going to steal his thunder, but tell us about your kids.
Well, I want to reflect that, mate. Again, what Derik just said is kind of like an understatement. He's an incredible dad. incredible dad. I mean, so much so that, you know, your daughters have been, or I should say, could have gone a different direction, right? They're
Come from privilege. And
they're very well looked after, great schools, great education. But again, they're just very humble, hardworking kids.
Beautiful.
And very educated, very gifted. One of his daughters is an incredible actress. She's starring in her first play, right? In a big play. I'm sorry.
She was accepted at NYU for acting, and
So again, for me in my life right now, I surround myself with people that I need to learn from and be around to be a better person. So, you know, again, I put that in bodybuilding. I moved from Wales to be in the United States, went to Gold's Gym to be around the best of the best and learn from the best of the best. And I've done that in different facets of my life. And now, you know, I got people in my life that again, I want to learn from, emulate from, and take the best of them and pour it into, as I said, being in different buckets. And with Derik in business and being a dad, just an incredible friend to have around to learn from. He's got older daughters, so all his mistakes that he's made, you know, I can make sure I don't make them.
I get to help him not make them.
Exactly.
Not being a dad and other things, but
hey.
but with my kids, both my kids are well, Maxine is 3, and my daughter is Adriana. She's about to turn 10. I'm very proud of my country. You know, I've been here for 20 years. You can hear I still have my accent. Both my kids are named, they're both Welsh named, Maxine, named after the King of Wales way back in the day, and Adriana. Well, Maxine, like I said, is named after the king, and Adriana is woman of beauty, means woman of beauty in Welsh. So I'm very patriotic, and they know the culture. Now, listen, Daddy's created his life for you kids. They go to private school. They do, you know, they got a good life. But they also know where Daddy came from, humble beginnings.
Yeah.
And we go back to my country a couple of times a year, and they love it.
It's amazing.
There's a big difference between where they live in Las Vegas and where Daddy lived in the same house as my parents still live in, and they love it. They don't see the difference in life. They just, they understand. More so my daughter than my son. But I guess with life, I've had my own struggles. Everybody's had their struggles, right? And my story is no different to yours, but it's different, right? As it is
all
Derik's.
stories is different, yeah.
And Derik has a very humble beginning story, you know. And for me, when I came over this country, I was like, I've got a dream, and I'm going to chase it. And I learned from more of my failures than my successes. And that's what I want to really install in my kids. It's okay to fail.
100%.
In fact, if you fail, you learn
100%.
more by failing than winning. And my daughter is such a competitive person. And unfortunately, she's
amazing.
pretty good at stuff. So when she fails, she's not she wants to quit. She's just devastated. And I was like, babe, you know that feeling? Good. That feeling is going to make you better.
Use it as
It's going
fire.
to make you hungry. I said, look at all of Daddy's friends that you know. They've all failed. You only see the successes and you know, the trophies. But every one of them trophies that even Daddy has on the shelf, I failed more times than I did by winning it. And that is the journey. So right now, again, we all as dads want to protect our kids from feeling a certain way, getting upset, but also we have to encourage them to go for things. And if they fail, good. It's part of the journey.
100%.
Because, again, how many deadlifts did you fail before you broke the all-time world record?
So many.
He was about to say, I never failed a single
I know,
one.
you said
I was like, do it. Say it.
But that's the thing. What about you?
Yeah, so something that we have in common, we all have 2 kids, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool. And I can relate so much to you guys, what you guys are saying. You know, I'm always trying to be like, I have a daughter quite young. I was just turning 21. She is 16 years old now, and she's a good girl. Like, I don't even know how she's just a good girl. I was always around, but me and her mom were not together.
Yep.
So, and I've always been even though I travel a lot, I really prioritize seeing her, talking to her, and making sure I'm involved in her life, making sure that I'm there, because I want to be as much as I possibly can, you know. And then my son, obviously, like, obviously I had my daughter quite young, so when I had her, I had nothing, you know. I was a young dad, broke, had nothing,
Yep.
you know.
I think
But
we
my-
all were.
Yeah, that
We all
is
were.
maybe, yeah. But then now, like when I had my son when I was obviously older, had more maybe, I guess, ready as a father. Like when you're young, you don't really know, like you're so young, you don't really know how to raise a kid. Like no one knows how to raise a kid when you first have a child. But I did my best. I tried my best, and I was very much involved, and love my daughter to death. She's the best thing that has ever happened to me.
What's
because
her name, Thor? Remind me.
Teresalif.
That's right.
Teresalif, and my son's name is Stormy Magni. He's turning 5 this month. And I feel like having her was the best thing that could have happened to me.
Yeah, man.
I agree with that.
I
all
just
agree.
changed
me.
as a
Yeah.
man,
Great point.
and I wanted to be successful, and I wanted to be a better human for her. And I feel like I've just gone upwards since. And
What a great point.
one thing I try to do always with my kids, when I'm with them, present with them, you know, I try to really be present, you know.
Yeah.
I try not to have my phone around me. I try to, like me and my son, we have this lovely time that we always love to do. We go to the hot tub together.
To the what?
Hot tub.
Hot
Oh,
tub.
the hot
So
tub.
yeah,
that's
yeah.
like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
like our time together.
That's
me and
cool.
my son,
Yeah,
we
I
go
love
to the
that.
hot tub together.
Yeah.
And he loves to see me go to the cold plunge. He's like, Dad, go to the cold plunge.
Yeah, my
Like,
son
oh,
too.
go to the cold plunge, you know.
Does he do it too?
He puts his feet
The
in,
feet
you know.
in.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
puts his feet in, you know.
I don't blame
But
him.
like
No.
these moments are so
Core
special.
memories.
Of course.
Core memories.
Yep.
And I just I love it, and I soak it in. And yeah, kids are just everything, man. I just like I couldn't imagine my life without my kids and my wife, because it's just such it fulfills me so much, and privilege, I guess. You know, it's a great feeling to be a father, and you wanna be surrounded with guys like you guys as well. It's just an like I wanna learn from you guys as well, because I believe that, you know, I'm far from being a perfect
All of us.
father, far from being a perfect husband, far from being a perfect man. We can always learn and get better, and so I love to be surrounded with people like you, because you, both of you guys, are men that want to be the best at the things you guys do, and that's something that I value a lot and look up
Likewise.
to.
Yeah.
So
That was an incredible point, because I didn't even think of it. When I had my daughter, I wasn't quite that young. I was 24, 25. I was a bit of a wild man.
yeah,
And I was a selfish son of a bitch. And everything was about me, and look at me and how much money I can make and the car I had. And then I had this little human being, and it literally flipped a switch. Everything about me changed. Everything. I wanted to be a better man. I wanted to work harder. I wanted to build the future. And not that I forgot that, but you brought me right back to that moment. And I know it was true for you. And so when you're in your 20s or whatever, you think some kids, I never want to have a kid, or should I have a kid? And whether you do or you don't, you know, I'm not making a case for that, but it did really resonated with me, because it literally was like a light switch. And not even during the pregnancy, because it's different for us as guys.
Yeah.
Like a woman is connected immediately. For us, it's like, oh, as a new human, that's cool.
when
And
they're
someone else living
there,
in my house.
first time in
Let's
your
get to meet
arms,
them.
it's just like
Whoa.
Then it's like,
Whoa.
wow, this
You're
is
looking at
this is my
that's
responsibility.
My responsibility.
There's the
I
word.
gotta like
Now I need to show up.
now I need to show up.
Yep.
And
Yep.
yeah, I feel like as well as like as a man, as a protector, as a provider,
Yes.
I feel like I'm very. I want to build an empire. I want to make sure that they are taken care of.
Yep.
So I try to be smart as well with my money, because I'm thinking about them and their future.
Yeah.
Like you guys said, your kids were in private school. My son is now privileged enough to be able to, like, I want to send him in private school. I'm looking at that right now. He's turning 5. He starts school next year. So I'm looking at that now. Like I want to put him in private school, because I want to, like, as fathers, we want to do the absolute best for our kids, and that's what I'm thinking about right now.
Yep.
Like I want to see him being a successful man. I want to, and same as my daughter. You know, like she's doing so well. She's just. I sometimes look at my daughter and I think to myself, how was I so lucky having such a beautiful, kind, hard-working daughter? Like, she loves school, she loves reading, she doesn't party, doesn't drink. Like sometimes, like kids at that age, 16,
Can
they
go
start
either
to,
way.
like do small, like partying a little bit. She's not into that. She just loves to read books. Like when I meet her, you know what she says? Dad, can you buy my new book? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll buy you the whole
Like
damn library.
every single time I buy her new books. Like she reads the whole book like in a day. Like she's just constantly reading books. Like she goes through them so fast. But it's just like, to me, it's just like, wow. Like I love that.
Yeah, me too.
I love that.
And you mentioned something earlier too, because I think me and Derik brought up driving.
Oh, that's right.
And you said, okay, you're at that age where you can get a car.
Yeah.
Let's go and look for a car for you.
Yeah.
And what did she say?
She was like, no, I don't want a driver's license. She's just like, she's just such a chill, like she lives in Denmark and the culture there is different. A lot of people bike, don't really drive much, not everyone, And so she's like, no, I'm not, doesn't interest me. I'm like, are you sure? Like,
It's like, wait a minute.
are you sure? Like, like I can get you like
I want to give it to you. I want you to-
I even told her like if you do it, I'll
get
you
your
a car,
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
no, like, and she's such a like, like some. I mean, I don't wanna, it's just I'm
We're all blessed.
But
We all blessed.
You're all blessed. It's a great example of when you get to a certain level, like all of us, we've all come from less.
Yes.
And now we have more.
Yeah.
And so we want to give to our kids. But I think, at least in my case, and it sounds like yours, and I know in yours, if you raise your kids right, and I think the way you raise your kids right is by just living your life correctly. It's not by mandates, it's not by setting rules. It's about them watching how you live, how we live. And just like you wanting to buy the car, we want to give them, but if you raise them right, all they really want, and this is from a guy at 47 years old who has more money than I should have and give my kids anything in the world, all they really ever want is my time.
Time.
Right.
All they ever want is my time. And they want someone that they can look at and be proud of and respect as a father. Now, I've got girls that don't have boys, and they want to look, I think, this is the type of man that I want in my life as a partner. But it's hard, right? Because you come from poverty or wherever you guys come from, we came from, and you want to buy him everything. But what I've found in my old age is that desire is somewhat selfish. It's more really about us and wanting to give, because all they really want is us. It took me, by the way, 40 years to figure this out. It wasn't something inherent in my 20s. A long time I tried to, I'm showing my love with money and buying.
Yeah.
And the people that really love you don't want that.
Yeah. You learn.
It's somewhat easy. It's easier than we think it is.
Yeah. I'm the same way. Like, and we always all have different love languages,
That's right.
And I like to show. I feel good at giving to the loved ones. That's how I feel.
That's
like
right.
feel good.
Yes.
It's just that's clearly what you have as well. Like you like to like
give and give
to your loved ones. So yes, it's amazing, awesome topic.
Yeah.
I think I keep on looking at him. He slides down the chair, and then I'm sliding down the chair, and then he sits up. I'm like, I gotta sit fucking back up. I need a booster seat next to this guy.
I keep sliding down.
From the camera
Keep on
perspective.
sliding down,
Keep
bro.
sliding down.
From the camera perspective, let's not forget this is a 7-time Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, I know.
He's not
That's
small.
a big guy.
He's not small.
This is a big guy. Have you seen that meme? It says bodybuilder versus fan, and then it says bodybuilder, and I think it's Jay Cutler next to a normal fan.
I think it's Jay Cutler.
I
with,
did,
I think it's with Brian Shaw and She Turns
Brian Shaw, yeah, right.
At their peak.
Cutler looks like me.
And then it's Jay Cutler versus Strongman.
Oh my
and just
God.
Jay has disappeared in the mix.
It's crazy. What are you, about 5'10"?
I'm 6'9". 6'9".
6'9".
Yeah, 6'9", 450 pounds. Yeah.
Is it your biggest, weight-wise, size-wise?
Yeah, like I'm at my biggest.
Yeah.
I'm at my biggest.
Yeah. Yep.
Close to maybe 440 right now, but I've been up to 450. The biggest for sure.
I want to talk about the world record, because obviously we've covered a lot of subjects, but that is one that, again, as a fan of just weightlifting in general, and as you know, I've done some stuff with strongman the last couple of years. I'm a big, massive fan. Gary Taylor was my first entry into strongman, so I've been a massive fan. Realized very fast strongman wasn't going to be for me, unfortunately, with my height, just so you did know. But the mental component for any sport, I mean, for me, I had a switch, right? I had a switch going in the gym, and that's one of the reasons why I built my private facility, because you can't do what you do in a normal public gym. And I know you have your private facility. I just want to know, going into that week, is there any rituals or anything that you do to make sure that your mindset, or is there anything you do to turn the switch on, or does it just naturally come on?
Great question. For me, it comes more naturally. I think it's just more repetition over decades of me doing the same stuff, being super consistent. You know, like I keep on saying, with the nutrition, sleep, physiotherapy, hot and cold plunges, you know, just being a consistent. Like for me, if I'm consistent, like 12 weeks out before something big, you know, I'm usually like 365 days a year. I'm always training, sleeping well. Like in strongman, like we can maybe allow ourselves obviously more than bodybuilders with diet. Like if I have a pizza once a week, that's not gonna kill my strength.
Right.
And I don't need to worry about my looks, you know. But I feel like bodybuilders, they wouldn't be able to do that, you know.
For sure.
But, you know, it's more about just being consistent, and then over time, I build confidence, and then just like you said, there's no really specific, everything just stays the same. Like the nutrition stays the same, everything stays the same. Nothing changes a week out, everything stays the same, except obviously like training volume and everything drops massively. And then it's just like rest and making sure I'm with the people that I love, like I'm trying to stay just calm and relaxed. And I surround me with good, the same people. Like I have my training partners, friends that I have to surround myself with, and my wife. There's no changes.
It's the same.
Yeah. A little superstition in it, I think, right?
Yeah, I have my superstitions. Talking of which, you have any superstitions?
My English is so bad. What's that mean?
Superstitions, kind of like good luck charms,
good luck
things
charm?
that you have to do, otherwise you think something will go wrong.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely. Like I have a weird thing with honey, you know. I feel like I have to chuck honey before like when I'm warming up and before
Really?
just getting
Damn it, that's what I'm going to start doing.
And honey sales just went through the roof. Hold on, I'm going to call my broker. Buy honey. Buy honey.
You know, and just like, of course, like you know, I always use my same stuff. Like I'm very consistent with my hydration, carbohydrates, and I always use that during my warm-ups and stuff like that. And then just the diet-wise is the same. I might have like a, you know, bread with peanut butter and jam, like between events, you know, just get some fast carbs in so they can digest fast, you know. But like before world record, obviously, I just eat the same food I usually eat an hour or so before the lift when I compete.
Yeah. Like, I remember I've done powerlifting. That actually was my bread and butter before I got into bodybuilding. It was my foundation. And I remember speaking to somebody about like an alter ego. And I continued that into bodybuilding. Because I naturally was not that guy to stand up on stage in a pair of Speedos. I've done my first bodybuilding show for a free gym membership. Little did I know it was going to end up becoming my whole life, you know. But I always remember this conversation I had backstage with somebody before I walked on, and they seen I was really nervous. I must obviously been portraying that, and it's not a good thing to be nervous when you're just about to walk on stage, because your body will naturally start holding water. So this Masters competitor, maybe he's watching this, I don't know, but he kind of gave me this advice. He's like, "Hey, listen, kid, were you nervous? And I was like, oh, I'm just going to walk on stage like in my Speedos, you know? And he was like, outside of your parents in the audience and a few friends, who else knows you? And he was like, just create an alter ego. And you know what? That advice, as crazy as it is, stuck with me in my entire career.
It's amazing.
So as soon as I used to get a little bit nervous backstage, and I think it's just natural, right? Because you got cameras and you're the champ.
Natural, yeah, definitely.
And as of before, when I wasn't the champ, you know, yes, the cameras are there, but now they're watching you scratch your nose. You know, you move, cameras are on you.
Yeah.
I just had to. This is the alter ego, and that got me through a lot of things.
And the beard, wasn't the beard a part of that?
It was. For me, this is what I would look.
Yeah.
You know, I would say 300 days of the year. You know, maybe no. Actually, it was what am I talking about? It was the week of the Olympia. That alter ego really came out because as soon as I got to Olympia week and all the press started, how I turned that alter ego on was shaving my beard.
You shave the beard always.
I would shave my beard and I'd look in the mirror and it was an unrecognizable face. Only recognized by the year before. And the year before, and the year before, and the year before, I won. I was the champ.
Nice.
And I would look in the mirror, I was like, okay, I'm the man. Nobody's going to take bread off my table. And the switch was done. And literally, as soon as I shaved my beard, because my beard, I would grow it out Grizzly Adam style by design. And I had this kind of like, because I had the private gym, so I controlled who see me and who didn't see me. And I would just go crazy in the gym, and I felt like a barbarian. And then flew to Vegas, shaved my beard, and I'd look at myself in the mirror, and I'd be like, okay, it's game time. And everybody knew backstage I'd be quiet. I'm normally the big social guy, but I was backstage. I had my walking with my hoodie on, my headphones on. I'd find a corner, kind of stay out of sight, out of mind until they found me, and then I would just stay in my zone. And that was the switch for the alter ego. So. But I think with lifting, it's a switch just prior to the event, because I've been to enough strongman events to see how different people react. And there's some that have that serious connotation that just like, don't talk to me, I'm in the zone. And then you got another group of guys that are just busting balls and chatting it up and stuff. But the moment they walk up to the platform, whatever event it is, that switch goes and it's game time. And I love that because again, I'm just a big fan of just that mental switch. Having done it myself for years. As you're walking up to whatever event, let's just talk about the deadlift. Is there something that you put into your mind just before your hands touch that bar that make you go, oh, 100%. I've got this?
100%. Like, the first that pops in my mind always is my family and friends. Like, that's just the only thing. And they're always there in the crowd. Yeah. They're always there in the crowd. So just, like, seeing them and always look at them before, and it's like, it gives me that fire. Just like, okay, I got this. I got this. And it's funny, because like people are screaming, yelling. I know it, but I can barely hear it. It's just almost like silence. Yeah. I'm so in the zone. Yeah. I'm so focused. But then when you watch the video afterwards, you hear all the yelling and screaming, like, whoa. I didn't recognize it was that loud.
Would you say that you can hear certain people throughout the noise?
I definitely can hear my wife.
Yeah.
That's a person that I can just hear. And my mom. Those two I can hear.
Oh, you definitely 100%. Can hear my mum through that crowd, let me tell you. Yeah, my wife and my coach. Yeah. It's amazing. It's just a sea of just, but then you can hear individual.
You hear those voices,
just standing out.
Yeah. It's funny that, you have the same experience, but they're clearly like, you were just so used to those voices, used to them yelling at us. No, just kidding. Just kidding. No,
Put your claws away. Whatever it
Take
is.
your socks off the floor.
I think we all suffer
No matter
with
who
that,
you
too.
are when you walk through the door,
Yeah.
you're just.
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's
Oh,
cool.
my
It's cool. It's awesome.
Oh, man.
Well, we are at Transcend, so maybe let's talk a little bit about. Well, let's talk about the injuries. And Thor, I don't know if you were you with us at Transcend when you.
Yeah. I've been with you guys for a while.
I thought so.
And obviously I tore my pec
Yep.
quite badly. Had a surgery in Orange County. Met with a guy called Steve Mora that did my surgery. And, you know, because we're here with Transcend, let's talk about peptides, you know.
Yeah.
Some things that really helped me with recovery were BBC 157, TB 500s, and then I'm a huge fan of glutathione. That has been like a game changer in my career with just reducing inflammation, detoxifying the body, and also like obviously with BBC 157, you know, there's so much more than just healing. It's also good for the gut health and so much more, you know. So like those three peptides I've used probably the most.
Yep.
Big fan of, love them, you know. Yeah.
I think you've talked to me a lot about the BPC 157 as far as
TB.
injury recovery and stuff like that, right? With the tricep and the bicep.
Yeah, absolutely. And up until, you know, I had that injury, I never had any experience in that peptide realm. Not because I didn't know about it, I heard about it, but I really never threw myself into the mix of even, again, discovering the true benefits of it. Because for me, everything was based on the aesthetical look. So I thought, okay, if I take these peptides, what would it make me look like?
Right.
You know, but couldn't be further from the truth. It probably would have made me better in all shapes, because now there's so many athletes that are currently competing that take, you know, or the term now is the Wolverine stack, right? The
That's right.
TB 500 and BPC. And to your point, one of the biggest benefits outside of the miraculous recovery that I've had, and I'll go back to that.
Yeah.
One of the main reasons why I retired was my gut health. And I truly believe that the BPC, the oral, as well as the, you know, shot, as just eliminating them issues. Eliminating them issues. Because I know off camera we talked about the quantity of food that you have to eat, and the quantity of food that I had to eat, and that was the daily struggle for me. I had horrible stomach issues. I spent such, well, if I really done a deep dive, I probably could have bought a house somewhere for the amount of money that I spent just trying to discover what was really going on with my stomach. And I went to multiple different doctors. I mean, I had cameras down my throat, cameras up the butt, cameras everywhere, trying to discover X-rays, MRIs, and all I had was, "You're healthy, Skippy. You're good. Blood work was great." I was always conscious about that, and there was no answers. So just implicating and putting a protocol together for this has truly transformed my stomach, aside from the injuries.
Yeah.
Aside from my injuries, and no, there's no comeback going to happen, because that probably would be in the comment section. But in terms of the injury, and just speaking about the one that I've just come through, in comparison to the tricep, and at the time I obviously wasn't with Transcend, but so with the bicep, in comparison, night and day.
Right.
The recovery I've had with my bicep has been tremendous. So much so that even I have the same PT, the physical therapist that helped me in my injury for my tricep. I used her for my bicep. She was like, "You are like 3 weeks ahead yourself right now." And I was like, let's push. I said, forget the protocol. If you think I can do it, let's push it. She said, "I know you can do it." So I said, okay. I said, "I'll sign whatever you want me to sign, because if I'm able to do it, let's go for it." And I think I'm a great testimony for that right there, because again, I'm back in the gym. This is my second week back in the gym. First back workout today here at Transcend, and everything feels great. You know, I think the biggest issue for any athlete coming out of an injury is that fear factor of getting back under the bar or lifting again. And I think I kind of felt that fight, and now I'm up and over the hill again. Not to say that I'm going to be doing what I ever done before again, but the confidence is back. And I attribute that just down to the peptides we mentioned, plus more. You mentioned glutathione in my protocol, NAD plus in my protocol. And the stage that I'm at in life right now is the next chapters, you know, health and wealth. And that's what I'm chasing. So I truly believe that, you know, thanks to Transcend and the protocol that these guys put together for me and the education, because a lot of these peptides I had never heard of before. So they suggested what I should take. Do the research if you want to. And again, I'm a nerd in this stuff, so I wanted to do my research as well as a referral. And I was like, whoa, this is a game changer.
Amazing, yeah.
And I think the proof is in the pudding. I feel
So wait,
fantastic.
you mean if we do peptides, everyone does peptides, they won't immediately look like you guys?
I mean,
It's
they might
not, it's
look
not
like
a
Thor.
magic potion. You. Well, I mean, some people actually believe that.
Yeah.
Like, wow,
Yeah.
like my father, for example.
Yeah.
No, first of all, my father's a whole nother entity. If I say do it, he's never going to do it. But you know, he's of that mindset that anything that you're putting in your body that my general practitioner says is bad for me. And so it's good to see that some common sense medical advice is coming through. What used to be taboo is now the acceptable thing, and it's making us healthier and better and live better. And so it's, you know, and I've been doing it now for 4 years myself. I've never felt better in my life. So you don't have to be a world record
don't have to
powerlifter or a world-class bodybuilder. You can be a businessman. You can be the guy at Starbucks. I think, generally speaking, it makes a healthier, better life, body, everything.
I just want to say too, you mentioned athlete. I don't want to, I want people to understand this, that yes, we're athletes here, but the general person, the blue collar worker, the guy that works in the factory, my dad,
Yes,
right?
perfect example.
They normalize the not normal. And that's just because they're blue collar. They've hat back to front, and they've just said, okay, this is how I meant to feel. I guess this is age and whatever else. It's
That's
no.
right. No.
You know, now we have the ability to
Getting old, Grace.
That's
right.
reverse the clock.
That's right.
And again, there's just so much stuff that Transcend have.
Yep.
That outside of the athlete stuff, you know, again, if you're struggling with your libido,
That's
you're struggling with a kick to your step, you know, the key is to everything that we've mentioned, get your blood work.
100%.
That is going to tell you everything that you need
Yep.
and more.
Yep.
And then you can just put a protocol together that, you know, suits your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And again, even if you're in the gym or not,
Yeah.
I think that is the biggest thing, you know, that people need to understand, that certainly in the work of graft.
Yep.
I know a lot of personal testimonies of guys that are on the building site, you know, that are just there all day long grafting, and they're just constantly tired from the moment they wake up to the moment they go to bed, and they normalized it.
Yeah.
And now they've changed their life, truly changed their life. Which you think, if you're feeling good in work, you're feeling good in every other avenue in life.
Yeah.
And that best version that now you're giving is the best version that everybody else gets to experience. And it's truly, there's so many testimonies that people have truly said, like, hey, listen, you've changed my life. You've saved my marriage. You made me a better dad, whatever. 100%. And I think that is the knowledge that needs to be spoken about more. And,
I agree.
And unfortunately, the general practitioner, certainly from where I come from in the UK, you just have to look at that person sitting there who's high blood pressure.
That's right.
And
60
giving
pounds
advice
overweight.
of what you should do. And it's so old knowledge. It's come from a book that was created 10, 15 plus years ago. And this is new knowledge. And I think that there's so many testimonies out there now that have proven everything we've spoken about and more. And I know for a fact there's so many here to Transcend, and I've encountered them myself that have changed their lives.
The thing about the human body is you get accustomed to just about anything. And so you don't know how good you can feel until you realize how bad you were feeling.
Yeah.
That was my example.
Normalize the not normal.
Before I saw me, I feel fine. Do the blood work, start. I'm like, oh my God, I feel way better than what I thought I was fine.
Right.
And so, but very, very well said. Listen, I think we've been doing this now for like 6.5 hours. I think it's time to go get some food, have some fun tonight, stop all the seriousness. Thanks for coming, guys.
Pleasure,
It was
my
fun
pleasure.
bullshitting with you. I'm sure we'll do more of it here
Absolutely.
offline. And that's it.
Thank you so much, guys.